This is Flight Doc Reviews with a look at the ATR42-600 starting from cold and dark. Here's the checklist that I'm using on the version that was released about a year ago. You might want to print that and print it to your screen and print it with a printer. So first thing I do is import the flight plan through SimBrief and send it to the FMS, and then make sure we have power on, external power, and then we head to the overhead panel. This is the view at YVR this morning. Head to the overhead panel and turn the battery on and enable both power sources, AC and DC external. We're going to get the windshield heating and the oxygen functioning, and then make sure that the emergency door exits are armed, no devices is on, and nav lights are on. At this point I usually turn on all the external lights just so I have better visibility for working in the cockpit. Down here on the lower panel, lower left, and overhead panel as well. Make sure that the prop condition levers are in a shut-off position, and we're good to go. Next steps, let's get clearance.
Air North 153, request IF or clearance to Seattle Tacoma.
I'm running Beyond ATC, but there are other programs you could use for this purpose.
Air North 153, Vancouver delivery. Expect runway 08 right. Climb 6,000 feet on runway center line, then expect radar vectors Vancouver. Squawk 6000.
08 right. And YVR2.
Expect runway 08 right. Climb 6,000 feet on runway center line, then expect radar vectors Vancouver. Squawk 6000. Air North 153.
Making sure that I don't have the Vancouver SID as an option.
Air North
and I
153, read back correct. Contact ground 121.7 when ready for start or taxi.
Clear that discontinuity and execute again.
Ground 121.7 when ready for start or taxi. Air North 153.
MSFS1, we're going to set up the position initially with the GPS position here and initialize through sensors, return. That's done. Open the weight panel, and as you see, we have no weights in our FMS yet, so we'll go and import those from SimBrief also. Here's the payload panel, flight panel, and we can use set fuel and set payload to send both all the SimBrief information to the FMS. And let's actually load our aircraft. You can make any adjustments you want with this panel. I'm just going to click on start loading. Looks good to me. Check the passengers. 38 seems reasonable. Max 48. Start loading. Close the panel. Set the takeoff trim. We're going to be 1.0 up. That goes to the FMS also. There's our numbers are now all in place. Looking good. Reserve fuel 600 kilograms. Takeoff trim 1.0 up. Okay, return, and we will go to the performance initialization page, and we'll set our cruise altitude at 24,000, flight level 240. Okay, looking good. And to the RMS, we're not going to deal with VHF settings, but we will set the squawk. We were given 6000, set the squawk code to 6000, and let's just check the nav panel. I'm going to set this to the typical 16R runway at KC, 110.75, and we'll have to verify that later when we are on approach. They'll give us whatever requirement we need for the runway. Transition altitude from Vancouver is 6,000 feet. And it's the same actually on approach to Seattle, 6,000 feet. So let's go to the next page. Oh, okay, we're going to set the wind 206 at 03 today. That's from our briefing. Get that briefing page from SimBrief. And that looks good. Next page, transition altitude here again is 6,000 feet into SeaTac. We don't have the QNH currently, but we will get that once we're in flight from the Seattle Tower. And keep on clicking this master warning off. You can also use the checklist really easily on this on the ATR. I don't do that a lot. I've developed my own checklist, but it's good to see that the checklists are there, and you can always verify that you've got your bases covered. So I'm setting the heading. This little heading will be 080, and the altitude we were given was 6,000 feet. Let's set that as well. And then we'll be ready to call ground for push and start up. Let's do that now.
Air North 153, at gate 12 Alpha, request pushback.
Air North 153, Vancouver ground, pushback approved. Face south.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face south, Air North 153.
And so we're now ready for the startup sequence. First we'll call for pushback. I'm running GSX. And while we're waiting for this to happen, we can go ahead and actually begin our startup sequence for engine 2. Hotel mode will run engine 2. I'm finding the prop brake system is really spotty. It works sometimes for me and other times it doesn't. Or maybe I'm just doing something wrong, I'm not sure. Beacon on, logo on. Engine start A and B. Fuel pump is set to run. Prop brake on. Got no lights, and I should have a light, which is puzzling. Hit start 2, and we'll just monitor that power flow in our systems panel. Let that power come up. Looks good, and we can set the prop to feather. I'm having trouble with condition levers controls in general, but especially the condition levers. Yes, that worked fine this time, so that's nice. If QNH is not set on your system, this is a good time to do it. AC and DC external can now go off, and we'll disconnect the external power in the EFB. Right, face south was what we're told, so let's face southeast. External power disconnected. Good to go. Remember to remove the wheel chocks, otherwise you won't be going anywhere. Prop brake apparently isn't doing us too much good here, but we will turn it off in a second anyway. Meantime, set up the radar, standby mode, and RCT. Let's get the condition lever set to auto here, so that we have full power. Flaps 15 degrees for takeoff. And condition lever, this is where I'm going to have trouble, I'm sure.
Vancouver Airport Information X-ray. 032 Tree Zulu. Wind 110 at 8. Visibility 20. Few clouds at 4,000. Few clouds at 23,000. Temperature 24. Dew point 14. Altimeter tree 021. VFR conditions. Landing runway
3021,
08
so we'll
left.
set our QNH.
Departing runway 08 right. Transition level 180. Temporary flight restrictions are in effect for Vancouver. Advise on initial contact you have information X-ray.
Prop brake off. Just isn't making any difference for us anyway. Condition lever set to auto. Should have done this earlier. Let's gonna be fussy, so I'm gonna have to set both condition levers to auto, just using my actual condition lever. Okay, that will work for now.
Air North 153, request taxi.
Air North 153, runway 08 right taxi via Echo, Delta, Hotel, Lima. Hold short runway 13.
Power management set to TO.
Runway 08 right taxi via Echo, Delta, Hotel, Lima. Hold short runway 13.
Taxi lights on.
Air North 153.
We're set, and we will start engine 1 while we're on the way to the hold point. Looks like we're all clear to the right. Looks good. Should check left too, but since we've been clear in taxi, I'm not going to worry about that.
Pushback approved. Face northeast. Jazz 768. All aircraft be advised information Yankee now current. Altimeter 3020.
Lovely sunset here on the coast of Vancouver today. I like flying out of the Flight Sim Studios CYVR. Dream Team also makes a version. I like this one better. This one also comes with 2 float bases, which is really, really nice if you happen to fly float planes. It's a long trek. I'm going to shorten this up.
Runway 08 right taxi via Juliet Alpha, Juliet, Lima, Lima 4. Hold short runway 13, Jazz 768.
TRU is on, and we can take the engine start off. Did start engine 2 in there, and I think I did not mention it, but I did show on the panel.
Air North 153, cross runway 13 at Lima. Continue taxi via Lima, Lima 4.
All right, away we go.
Cross runway 13 at Lima. Continue taxi via Lima, Lima 4. Air North 153.
Runway's empty to the right, empty to the left. Passing runway 13.
Air North 153. Contact Vancouver Tower 118.7.
Contact Tower 118.7. Air North 153.
And we'll do that in just a second.
Air North 153, ready to go, runway 08 right.
Air North 153, Vancouver Tower, wind 130 at Niner, fly heading 090, runway 08 right, cleared for takeoff.
Fly heading 090, runway 08 right, cleared for takeoff. Air North 153.
No hold point necessary this time. We're cleared, so straight onto the runway. Okay, get lined up, set the parking brake. First thing we do is check takeoff configuration with the takeoff config test button here. And take a look at the center panel. And we have no warnings except parking brake, so we're good. Takeoff configuration power is on takeoff mode. Strobe light on. And then back to the throttle quadrant because we need to ensure... Oh, let's see if we can get the speed target selection automatic setting. And no, it won't give us automatic setting. Okay. It's going to stay in select mode. That's fine. We'll set the head for the throttle quadrant. We're going to set the gust lock off and idle gate all the way in. We're set. Ready for takeoff. No more configuration settings for this now, all the way up to cruise altitude. We'll just respond to calls from the tower as we're requested, and we're good to go until we're starting the approach.
Jazz 768, holding short, runway 08 right.
Jazz 768, runway 08 right, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, runway 08 right, Jazz 768.
Jazz 768, Vancouver Tower, wind 130 at Niner, fly heading 160, runway 08 right, cleared for takeoff.
Fly heading 160, runway 08 right, cleared for takeoff, Jazz 768.
Air North 153, contact Vancouver departure 132.3.
Contact Vancouver departure 132.3, Air North 153. Vancouver departure, Air North 153, 1,700 feet.
Air North 153, Vancouver departure, identified, climb to 1,000 feet, altimeter 3020.
Climb to 1,000 feet, altimeter 3020, Air North 153.
Air North 153, turn right, heading 205.
Turn right, heading 205, Air North 153.
Vancouver departure, Jazz 768.